Yeah, I'd say Spanish and Italian are exactly the same. Maybe a slight difference in the pronunciation of the vowel at the end, but almost the same, really.
Get out. No, why am I the bully one here?
We love you.
La viande.
Okay, so we have two main ways to say hello. We either say salut or bună.
Bună or salut. Yeah, salut, absolutely, I would understand it. Bună, in context, we can understand it because it sounds like buona, which is what usually it's the adjective for good in Italian that precedes all the words like buonasera, buona giornata. Buongiorno is cut, but it's because giorno is masculine. But yeah.
Just bona.
Bună, or we can add like bună ziua for good day, or bună seara for good night.
Yeah, buonasera it sounds like buonasera in Italian. Very similar. I would have been confused but for good day though. I would have thought that was good evening at first.
But the main one is just like bună or salut.
I love it. This is so cute. Bună.
It is, yeah.
So in Portugal, we pretty much just say olá.
In Brazil, we also have two ways. We say oi or olá. Oi.
Oi.
Hola.
That's so cute.
Hola.
That's the more common. We don't really say hola as much. So like we usually differentiate like, oh, if you say hola, you're probably from Portugal.
Really?
Ah.
Or like you're being very formal.
Yeah, I thought it was seemed like that, right? Olá is super
Because
formal.
most of us just say oi.
In Spain, we say hola. In French, we have two ways too, like bonjour or like hi, it would be salut.
Oh.
Yeah, in Italian it's ciao. And this is going to sound strange if you speak Spanish because in Spanish, ciao is like when you say goodbye. But in Italian, ciao is both hello and goodbye. We say ciao in both situations. So oftentimes in Italy, you'll hear ciao, come stai? It's a combo. And then, of course, buongiorno, but everyone has that. Like bon dia, bon dia, buenos dias, bonjour, buongiorno. I love languages.
I see now. I see why they're gonna be the bullied one. I'm joking.
We're trauma bonding here.
I was thinking in Spain, if we want to be really casual, we also would say like buenas.
Buenas.
Buenas would mean like good or good. It would be more similar, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's interesting because in Portugal, like really casual way of saying hello is also boas. I don't know if you guys use that in Brazil, but I guess it's
Boas.
literally buenas, but just in Portuguese.
Yeah, we don't really say it. Okay.
Wow.
Good morning in Romania is bună dimineața. Yeah, it's bună dimineața.
In Portugal, we say bom dia.
In Brazil, we say bom dia.
in
I love the difference in pronunciation. Bon dia and bon dia. As we said, buongiorno. Some Italians can just cut it and say giorno. Giorno. Usually it's buongiorno, but I've heard people say giorno, sera, instead of buonasera. So we cut it the other way around. We just say the evening part, the morning part, right? You wouldn't say buon, that doesn't work in Italian. We would just say the other side. Man, I never thought of it that way, actually. Sera, yeah, buonasera, sera.
Spain, we say buenos dias.
In
Yeah.
French, good morning is bonjour.
Bonjour for everything.
It's like bonjour, it's like bon, it's good, and jour, it's day.
Yeah.
We don't, if we use it from morning to.
I love how she nasalizes. We don't. I love the accent. Yeah, and I also like her accent. She's from Madrid. I like that she has retracted S's. I don't know if you noticed that. But when she said buenos dias, it's a little bit, the S at the end is a bit in between the sh and the s frontal. So it's kind of in between. It's a retracted S, which is the same S that they used in classical Latin, which we usually don't use in Italy, at least in standard Italian, where I'm from, we don't. We use frontal S's. But in some areas of northern Italy, like in the northwest, and maybe some areas in the northeast as well, they do have retracted S's. And they kind of kept them. It's more conservative in that way, the sound. And I can do it. I learned how to do it, but it's not my natural S. I only use it when I speak either Spanish, Greek. In modern Greek, they have retracted S's. That's why sometimes Greek and Spanish speakers get mixed up. In Europe, that will happen. If you start speaking Greek fluently and someone doesn't know what you're speaking, they might think you're from Madrid. It happens because of the retracted S's. It's phenomenal. Fascinating. So I only use retracted S's when I speak classical Latin or Spanish or Greek, I guess. Otherwise, I go back into my natural frontal S, which is the same as English.
night, and after at night we have another one.
Actually, it's the same thing in Brazil, but the thing is, like, there's people who don't like to say bom dia, like, in the afternoon because they say, like, oh, it's morning, not afternoon. But that's because, like, the word dia means both, like, day or daytime, like morning.
Yeah.
That's like, if I have to translate, it would be like bon matin, but nobody say that.
No.
Yeah.
No, for us Romanian, we have a specific word of greeting for morning, noon, afternoon, evening,
Let's go.
night. When we meet each other, when we separate each other, it's like all different ways of saying it.
Spanish too, no?
Yes, I wanted to add something. You said bon dia, right?
Yeah.
In Catalan, we say bon dia too.
Oh.
So she speaks Catalan and Spanish. So she's not from Madrid. She's from a Catalan speaking. Who knows?
Like,
But you guys also differentiate, right? Like morning, afternoon,
yes,
night.
exactly. We would say each time, and people also get like a little bit. It's not the morning now; it's afternoon, so you have to say good afternoon.
People do that in Italy too. Yeah, in fact, I think where I'm from, in the south, people start saying buonasera, good evening, after lunch. Like literally, it's like 1:30 and people start saying buonasera. It's so strange, but people do that in Sicily.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
We have that for the night. It's not the day, it's the night. You have to say bonsoir and a bonjour.
What's
Yeah.
your name? Actually translate the question, right? Okay, so when we ask what is your name, we say cum te chiama.
Oh yeah, it's very similar to Italian. Very similar.
Okay, I see. I have the thing. Okay.
Okay, in Portugal, we just ask, como te chamas?
In Brazil, we say, como você se chama? Or, qual é o seu nome?
in
So interesting that a Brazilian seems to prefer the you plural as opposed to, he didn't use that. I don't know if they use it in Portuguese. That's something that we did in medieval Italian. We used to use the voi, which is you plural. In medieval Italian, you'll find it a lot. Otherwise, mostly, I think the one dialect, well, I shouldn't say dialect, but regional language that still uses it a lot is Neapolitan. They use the voi a lot, more than any other. Because in standard Italian, in a lot of other regions now, we just use tu or lei. So we actually call people she for when we want to be formal.
Spain, we say ¿Cómo te llamas? Or ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
In French, we only have one word in common, but I'm happy. We say comment tu t'appelles.
In Italian we say come ti chiami o qual è il tuo nome.
See,
What happened? What?